Welcome everybody, my name's Ed Durbis. This is 93 Driving. Today we're driving an S560 with a 4.0 liter twin turbocharged intercooled double overhead cam, 32 valves with aluminum block and heads with direct fuel injection, which produces 463 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 516 pounds of torque at just 2,000 RPM. Made it to a 9-speed automatic with manual mode selector. Let's find out what this S-Class has to offer. Let's get the show on the road. Okay, driving the S560. We're taking the same usual routes that we usually take, just for same comparison. One of the first things you notice right off the bat, this car is extremely quiet. You can almost hear yourself think. Not only that, I do have it set up on sport and it still rides like a big yacht. It is so smooth. There's no effort in anything you do. You don't even hear the vents coming, the air blowing out. There's barely a little bit of tire noise that you can barely hear, and I think that just has to do with the type of tire it has. But other than that, it's extremely quiet in here. There's no drama whatsoever, which is one reason why I wanted to test this car, because it's basically the choice of dictators and captains of industry and CEOs, and I want to see why this is the ultimate choice around the world. You know, you have the Audi 8, you have the BMW 7 Series, but for some reason this is the one everybody goes to. So let's check it out and see where it stacks up against those guys. So we're taking our usual route. We're gonna hop on the highway, which is where it usually likes to be, with 463 horsepower and 560 pounds of torque. Let's see. Yeah, it's fast. And you can feel that torque like that. Like I said, at 2,000 RPM, you already have that 516 pounds of torque at your disposal on your right foot, and yes, it's right there for you. So let's hop on the Parkway and see how she does. There we go. Hopping on the Parkway, full throttle. Yep, no drama whatsoever for a car that weighs almost 5,000 pounds. It just gets up and goes without any hassle whatsoever. Let's take her down to our favorite place and see what she does from a 0 to 60. All right, here we go, full throttle. It's pretty quick for a car that weighs almost 5,000 pounds. Obviously, being such a huge car, there's absolutely no drama whatsoever. Being all-wheel drive also doesn't, there's basically no, it just grabs traction right away without even missing a beat. So it's powerful enough for such a huge car. I can only imagine what a 63 would feel like, or a 600 or an S65, because let's not forget that this is a 560, which is the entry to the S-Class, if there's such a thing as an entry S-Class. But at a price point of this car, when it was brand new, at $118,000 the way it's equipped, you know, it's still a six-figure car. Well, you can start looking at the other ones, like the 63, that gets you up to 150. Then you get the 600, gets you a little bit higher than that, and the 65 gets you over $200,000. Obviously, the 65 has that V12 with 603 horsepower and 738 pounds of torque. That's nothing to brush off. But being this the entry, it's actually pretty good. The space is like I said earlier, it's got plenty of space. It's comfortable. Funny enough, the space in the front on the driver's side and the passenger side, it doesn't feel it's big. It's the car seems. Most of the space is all for the back passengers, because at the end of the day, this is kind of considered almost like a limo car. Obviously, most of the people that the majority of people buy these cars either get driven around, or they want to be able to have that comfort for their passengers. So let's get up here in the twisty road and let's see how she feels with a car that is this big and this heavy. So let's see how she does in the twisties. So let's get her there. All right, here we go, driving down our favorite road, 9-3 driving. We've got in sports. And let's see what this 463 horsepower and 516 pounds of torque and this big saloon. You could feel the massive weight of this car. And as you can see, there's absolutely no noise coming from the exhaust system, from the engine. Extremely quiet. The steering is light. The brakes, funny enough, they're right there when you want them to be. Not like they were in the AMGs. But you can't carry a lot of speed in this car because it's so massive. It's so huge. And you can feel that it does move a little bit due to the fact that it's the weight. It's not so much that it's tall, it's just the weight. So this is definitely not a carving turns kind of car. We'll go up here the hill, give it a little gas, see how the all-wheel drive system works here. We'll give it some gas. Yeah, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it one bit. This car is for one thing and one thing only, and that is to cruise. It is the land yacht. This video goes out to one of my subscribers. This one's going out to the sinking Nike. This is for you, buddy. Yeah, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. It's quick, but it doesn't like to be tossed around. It prefers to just be able to just cruise calmly, eat highways at 3-digit speeds. This car is definitely not meant to go around turns at a quick rate, but it does give you that satisfaction that whenever you need to, you can just throw the hammer all the way down and it just takes off. All right, here are my final thoughts on a S560. Let's start with the materials. Overall, everything inside is high grade quality, but funny enough, for a car that is 6 figures, there's a little bit of plastic, and I would be a little bit I mean, I would be able to live with it, obviously, because I would be buying an S-Class. But other than that, everything else does feel high in quality. It's just this panel on the door that seems a little plasticky. The rest, the wood feels nice. Everything seems well together. The dash is all digital. Big display. Obviously, we have a clock in the middle. Leather feels really nice. You have heated center armrest. You have heated door armrest. But the best quality of this car and what this car is really just for is exactly what I mentioned earlier. It's just meant to cruise here on the road. If you were at the Autobahn, you'd be able to go triple digits without even breaking a sweat calmly. The headrests feel like pillows. You have massaging seats. You have ambient light everywhere. You have the Boundmaster sound system that is out of this world. And the back seats have all the comforts and features that you want as well for anybody sitting back there, be it friends, family, kids. You have power seats. You have heated seats, you have cooling seats, you have power shades in the back. This, just like all other S-Classes, they do come with this light green tint on the windows. But on that, this is what this car is meant for. This car is just meant to be able to cruise. It's not a sports car. It's not meant to be a sports car. I would think that if you get into the higher models, like I mentioned earlier, the S63, those 600s, or the S65, all you're probably going to get out of those is most likely just more power. You know, it's not going to be a better handling car, because still, you're never going to be able to hide the fact that this car weighs about almost 5,000 pounds. It's impossible. And then once you start adding the other cars that I mentioned, start adding more power and adding the bigger engines, yeah, it'll add more weight to the cars. So this is exactly where it's comfortable at, and this is the perfect car for your second car. If you already have a sports car and you're going out with friends in an evening and you just want to cruise and be a very quiet, subdued drive to the theater or to the restaurant, and then take it home and ride in style and comfort. And that's basically what this car is. So I can understand why, you know, the captains of industry or tycoons of this, that, and the other gravitate to this car, because this is exactly what you'd want at the end of the day. Either you're driving this car where it makes you feel just calm, relaxed, or you're actually in the backseat being driven, and that's what it's for. So that's my take on the S560. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to see exactly what it felt like. As always, I do appreciate your support. Do subscribe, hit notification bell, share the video, comment. It does work. I want to know what you guys are thinking about the videos, where we should go, what other cars you guys would like to see me video. But more importantly, have a fantastic day. Once again, I'll say JT for letting me take this car today for a spin and see what it's like to cruise around an S560 and show it to you guys.